In this world, there are dangerous creatures known as Pokémon. For thousands of years.
Man, I don't get paid enough to do all this. Please just roll the intro. A few days ago, I asked you which Pokemon you thought you could beat in a fight. Problem is, some of y'all are a little special. Let's go at that. I'm gonna try and keep this short. If you're wondering where all my videos went, don't worry, you're not alone. I unlisted all of my videos because I felt that I needed to set a standard for myself. In this video, you're going to see a very different editing style from what I'm used to doing, and it's because I really want to apply myself in my long-form content. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's get into this WWE SmackDown or whatever. I don't think the Pokemon are getting smacked down. I am recording this at 1 a.m. Who is not? Oh no, it can't be. I would never hit a Pokemon. None. I would love them all. None. They're all my friends. Why would I hurt them?
Happily, and I would enjoy bashing its skull in.
Like, what do you have against that? Shedinja. Just need a lighter. Twin, I'm not even gonna lie, you might be onto something here. Shedinja ain't even that good. And the only thing it's got going for it is Wonder Guard and those dex entries where it's like, if you look at its hull, you get... I'm not even gonna continue that. I could beat a Volbeat purely based on vibes and rage. That's my GOAT! I'm not talking about Volbeat, I'm talking about you. Is that a furry? Okay, but in all seriousness, who designed them like that? Why did they just look so puntable? I would say Spoink, but I'd feel bad. You know what? Respect to you. Spoink is just a little pig that bounces around. Surely nobody could hate it or anything, right? Why does this sound like a transition to the next segment? Spoink. I'm gonna make sure you don't bounce anymore. Spoink. I'm grabbing that thing and just holding it until it stops. Just hold him in the air so he can't even bounce. Spoink. Then he's just stop bouncing and it dies. Me when I see that weak cat pig and its giant order. Okay, if there's anything I learned from this story, it's that y'all have zero mercy. And it's not just Spoink either. Sunkern biting the curb in Ultra 4K HD. Like, Miltank purely out of spite and probably Sunkern. Look, I know I said Pokemon you could fight and not Pokemon that you could fight fairly, but come on, Sunkern? Anybody could fight Sunkern. I want to see a clean fight like, I don't know, Machoke or something, not this. Are there any like sane submissions in here, or is it all just, yeah, we're not getting any better. Oh, hey, look, it's Angelo. This is my buddy Angelo. We were co-workers at a multi-million-dollar company. This is him whenever I pulled the INS plan SIR. That was pretty cool, right? I need to talk to women more. We had not one, but 2 submissions for Quillfish. Look, I could see it if you had a weapon or something, but trying to do this with your bare hands is probably impossible, I'm not gonna lie. I would pay to fight Tepig? What? Tepig isn't the greatest. Pignite, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hate Pignite. Imbor is pretty cool. I mean, you know, like the whole Chinese warrior thing going on. We're about to get a Mega Imbor soon, but taking out the younglings? That's messed up. Always remember, in Minecraft, if you kill the baby animals, you don't get anything from it. Pignite's fine, go ahead and kill it. I love bacon. Speaking of food Pokemon, I wonder if anybody put anything like that. Oh, surely the next one won't be as I'd wrestle a Sawsbuck to the ground like that one Nichijou episode. This guy knows ball. Just as long as it's not my goat, no good time, we're fine. Charmander, I bring a bottle of water and the fight is over. I mean, you're not wrong. It's common knowledge at this point. If anyone puts the flame out, the Pokemon dies. That's just easy bag right there. One well-placed kick on a Houndoom? Are you serious? I'm not saying you're incapable of beating a Houndoom, but yeah, no, I think you're incapable. Dog, look at this. If you are burned by the flames it shoots out of its mouth, the pain will never go away. What? Look, I'm just saying, you can kick this thing as hard as you possibly could. I think we know who wins here. Avalugg, and it's not even close. Man, I'm not even gonna lie. For a split second, I was thinking about asking which form, but it wouldn't even matter, bro. This thing just mogs you. What are you gonna do against an Avalugg? We already saw what it did to the Titanic. I'm drop kicking a Watchog any day. You know what? Spit your truth, King. Though, to be fair, I don't actually hate Watchog. I think Watchog, that's a lie. I don't care about Watchog. Somehow we managed to nail an entire evolution line with both Wingull and Pelipper being submitted. I'm not gonna lie. At first glance, yeah, these Pokemon are pretty buns. But at the same time, Pelipper getting 100% accurate Hurricanes with its ability Drizzle? Yeah, no, let me out. Please, please let me out, please.
Litwick, we'd be all melty and kinky. Sorry.
Well, now I know why they call the ghost types freaky. Also, while I was recording this, I noticed that Litwick's number is actually 607. I'll let you decide what to do with that information. Pidove, probably. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna make a bit about how it was funny that, you know, it's just a Pidove and whatever, but I'm forgetting most of these Pokemon could probably actually just kill you. Pidove, on the other hand, is like a bird, you know. It's a bird. Like, I'm not saying it to disrespect Pidove and its evolutions. It's just, you know, if we're being realistic here, I think most people would have a better chance of fighting a bird than, I don't know, Satan. Nuzleaf can definitely get these hands. And I'm not just talking about fighting. Look at them nips exposed. Makes me feel things. Ribombee would be my ops. On phone him grave to win! I actually despise this bug. Back in about 2022, I did a solo run of Pokemon Ultra Moon using only a Liepard, and Ribombee was actually harder than Ultra Necrozma. But like, how does that even happen?
No, all right. I know that sounds bad.
Liepard is my favorite Pokemon and all, but that doesn't mean I'm going to give up the opportunity to talk about this thing's horrendous attack stats every chance that I get. Why would they do this, bro? 88 attack and 88 special attack. What am I about to do with this, bro? Please. Since I'm already talking about Liepard, I might as well just go ahead and explain why it's my favorite. Be me. 10 years old, in the back of my mom's car. It's 2015, and I'm on my way home from GameStop. I just bought Pokemon White 2, my first ever Gen 5 sequel game. Now here's something kids these days just don't understand. When you were a kid back in the 2010s and you had your PSP or Nintendo DS on you, you were gonna play that game as soon as you walked out of the store. That's just how it was. So we're on our way home, and I've already chosen my starter, and I'm on my way to Route 19. Part of the opening sequence of Pokemon Black and White 2 is that you have to meet Bianca over here on Route 19. She first shows you how to catch a Pokemon and then gives you some Pokeballs so you can try it for yourself. I kid you not. As soon as I got my Pokeballs, in this exact patch of grass right here, I found a full odds shiny Purrloin, and it was my very first encounter in the entire game outside of my starter Oshawott. I was genuinely tweaking in the back of my mom's car. I was just really lucky that she didn't notice because she probably would have thought I was, I don't know, seizing or something. Anyways, I caught it and I ended up using it throughout the entire story of Pokemon White 2. Despite this Pokemon's quite frankly abhorrent offensive stats, I used it in the post game as well, and this kitty became a national treasure. I wouldn't let anything bad happen to it. Until something bad happened to it. Be me, 13 years old, need money for a Switch. No, I didn't sell off my childhood copy of White 2. It's right here, look, see? But I did sell off my copy of Ultra Moon. You see, Pokemon released a software called Pokemon Bank. In Pokemon Bank, you could send Pokemon between Generation 6 and 7. Additionally, alongside Pokemon Bank, they released Poke Transporter, which allowed you to take Pokemon from Gen 5 and send them into the later games. You see, I loved this Liepard so much that I took it all the way up to my Pokemon Ultra Moon. The problem was, I forgot it was an Ultra Moon. You see, I was a dumb little kid, and I went back to the exact same GameStop where I got my White 2 from, and I may or may not have, sold Ultra Moon. I didn't even realize that my prized Liepard was gone until about a week later. I distinctly remember the devastation that I felt whenever I booted up my Pokemon White 2 and I realized that my Liepard just straight up wasn't there. I've gotten some other Liepards since then. 2 more in Gen 5, 1 in Gen 8, and a few others. The thing is, it just doesn't feel the same. I know it's just data, numbers, and they can easily be replaced. The thing is, I want that set of data and numbers. All I can do now is carry on the title of what my original Liepard meant to me. Anyways, Liepard. Yeah, you can totally beat Liepard. Liepard sucks, dude. Zangoose is getting a 3-piece combo. He better not lay a finger on my boy Seviper.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's doing me!
Seviper has always been one of my favorite Pokemon. If I had the choice, I'd always go with Seviper over another snake Pokemon like Arbok or something. I always wondered why Seviper and Zangoose were rivals until I realized that Zangoose was, you know, a mongoose. Okay, but in my defense, Zangoose looks nothing like a mongoose. I mean, come on, these look nothing alike. Anyways, that's all to say that I would do anything to protect my boy Seviper. Zangoose, it's on site. It's like Bloods and Crips out here. I could easily give Bruxish a big fat smooch and then cut her up and cook her. Hey, if all you're doing is cooking with her, you're using her for the wrong thing. Alright, not gonna lie, I've been working on this video for a few days, and I think that's all I'm gonna get for now, but I have one extra thing for y'all. In celebration of me returning to YouTube, I've gone and caught 10 shiny Charcadet. All of the Charcadet are from the event mass out breaks, and some of them even have marks. If this video gets at least 100 likes and at least 10 comments, I'm gonna give 10 random people a shiny Charcadet. To be entered into the giveaway, just leave a like on the video, comment your Instagram username, and then comment what you thought about the video. Any feedback helps. Also, you must have Nintendo Switch Online. I can't trade with you unless you have the service. But yeah, that's about it. See ya. Take it no more, take it no more. It sounds bad when you put it like that. No, I can't. Time out, I'm begging you pretty please. If it's just a game, we should still be a team. I don't know why you're going so easy for. You're the only one trying to keep the score. Try to take it forward, all I do is turn. I got one foot planted, guess I'll never learn. Try to change my angle, I don't go nowhere. I've been playing by your rules, but they're no fair.